And that's why I say you're a blockhead, Lowry. How could you let such a thing happen? The man was innocent. What do you think the press are going to say about all this? Now get out of here! Get the hell out of my sight! And if I have any more trouble with you, you'll be dishing out parking tickets before long. That's a promise, Lowry! Oh, and here's my good friend Halligan, another one of the invaluable detectives of our glorious murder squad. Don't just stand there gaping, come in. I'm glad you could make it. After all, you're a busy man, aren't you? Now look here, Detective Halligan. I've got used to being surrounded by a bunch of incompetent, half-baked blockheads. But your smart, well-dressed colleague Lowry has just earned himself the golden badge of stupidity. Halligan, we've got a bit of a problem. We've had an innocent man locked up in jail. Regrettably, he was killed in prison before we could correct our mistake. Unfortunate affair. And now we've got this lunatic killer running around all over London. We have to make sure that at least this oversight is put right. Your clear-up rate so far ought to be sufficient evidence that there's no point in asking you to clear up anything more than a common bicycle theft. But this does happen to be the murder squad. I am the chief of this department. All I have for choice is that blockhead Lowry and you.
Okay, Chief. What do you want me to do?
Someone seems a little bit grumpy. Hello and welcome to The Mystery of the Druids. This is definitely one of those that will be remembered in the annals of video game history. We have two options here, but ultimately they both lead down the same dialogue path about halfway through.
Where did Lowry go wrong?
Your dear colleague Lowry dealt with the skeleton murders last year. You should know that, Halligan. Lowry worked on the case for several months and finally managed to pull a culprit out of the hat. A butcher from South London. A married man with kids. They gave him a life sentence. He was in jail till 3 weeks ago.
Pulled out of the hat, you say? So the butcher didn't do it after all?
Oh, you're a genius, Halligan. He didn't do it. We found that out today.
He didn't do it? How could he be convicted then?
Detective Lowry imaginatively constructed an impressive chain of evidence, and the court followed his arguments in detail. The public wanted somebody to blame, and they found somebody. That's life.
Well, all right, these things happen. But how do you know that the man Lowry arrested didn't commit the murders?
Very simple. Dead people don't go around committing more murders.
There's been another murder.
Exactly, Halligan. A pile of bones has been found in Epping Forest. Supposedly a male corpse. We don't know any more than that. I presume we both agree that it can't have been Lowry's man, eh?
Oh, of course.
You see, I've just managed to get that into Lowry's head as well. You heard it? Lowry's off the case. Halligan, you drive out to Epping Forest and take a look at the evidence.
Of course, sir.
And Halligan, no sloppiness now. I want results. Sensible results. The press has already been terrorizing me this morning. The killer must be found. Do I make myself clear?
Of course, Chief.
Good. This is the file with all the necessary information, and now you better get going quickly.
Define quickly. Before I leave, I am going to explore this precinct as much as possible. And steal everything that I can that isn't nailed down. Right, let's move away from the chief. In each room there are numerous hotspots, but many of them actually bring up the same dialogue.
All our files are stored in there. I'd better not. These files are secret. A real American water dispenser. I'm not thirsty. A map of London. I can see the Thames and Tower Bridge. A Union Jack. Only the Scotland Yard bigwigs get to have one of them.
Why?
These three charming guys are wanted for a robbery at Sotheby's. I don't know this one. Some gangster or other. That's Hans Schmidt, a dangerous criminal from Switzerland. The note says, Instruction 1193, line 18. Office BH to be switched over to internal operation immediately. Scotland Yard, Accounts Department.
I believe that there are one or two more of these that have unique dialogue.
That's Jack Terrence. Very nasty. He's wanted for 12 murders. I don't know this one. Some gangster or other. A confiscated murder weapon. A wanted person's note. The chief's shelves are definitely tidier than mine. The duty roster.
I believe that's all that we can find in here.
These are the chairs for visitors.
Wow. I'm actually not disappointed with that one.
A rubbish bin. Chris's pinboard. Somebody's written here. Hecker, you sleepyhead. When do I get my damn DNA analyses? That must be from Chief Miller. You can recognize his intonation even on the paper.
I'm guessing that this is Chris, otherwise known as Hecker.
bottle with some kind of liquid in it. Take it with me? Chris surely wouldn't like that. Apart from that, who knows what's in it?
Well, we could just read what's on the label. Lots of ethanol.
Too dangerous to carry the bottle around with me. I don't even know what kind of stuff that is. The bottle is full of dust and fingerprints.
All of these had the same description.
That's a mortar. There's nothing I can do with this.
It looks like Chris is cooking his lunch on this thing here.
A container with chemicals. A container with chemicals. Chris is quite a strange guy. What does he like about these pictures?
We could always ask him.
Something is just being distilled there. Far too hot to touch. A flask. That's the gas hose for the Bunsen burner. If I pull that hose off, the whole of Scotland Yard will blow up. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Do it.
This is the hose to cool down the flask. If I pull that hose off, the test won't work anymore. Better not. Test tubes. I really don't want to break anything. That is a microscope. I think Chris needs it. The periodic system of the elements. At least I learned something in my chemistry classes. A board. Just like at school, isn't it? Hello, Chris.
Hi, Halligan.
There's work for you.
There's always work for me, Halligan. And right now, I've got enough work not to be disturbed again and again.
Have you heard of the new skeleton murder?
Not only heard, I've already been out to where the body was found, together with the forensic squad.
And? What did you find out?
Not a lot. The killer did a neat job. No traces, no witnesses. This madman doesn't seem to be so stupid at all.
Is the terrain still secured?
Yes, we left an officer there. For the onlookers. I hope there won't be such a crowd of people in the forest this time. People are just like vultures when there's something to be seen.
Who might do something like that? What do you think?
No idea. It's your job to find that out, isn't it?
I'll just drive out there and have a look at it.
Just you do that, Brent.
Okay, Chris. See you later on.
Brent Halligan. He does look like a Brent.
You can buy soft drinks for high prices here. I've got no money for that.
That definitely looks like Coca-Cola.
I think that's Janet's coat. Ladies' coats don't suit me.
How do you know?
A monitor. That's the Central Crime Prevention Office. It keeps an eye on flashpoints in the centre of London. You can't do without a ladder here. The files of our department. This is where we keep every single unimportant scrap of paper. We'll have to break through the wall soon to make room for more. I don't know how to use it.
I wonder if they pay to use these brand names in this game. I'm thinking no.
That's London out there. Clipboards. At least that's one thing you can get hold of here without too much trouble. They are needed for the forms. Makes it easier for the chief to sign them. Forms for obtaining materials. It's always handy having one of these tucked away. We ran out not so long ago, and there was a big commotion on this floor. Carbon paper. I'll take that with me. You never know, I might need it. Paper clips.
Oh, so paper clips are the one thing that you don't steal.
A monitor. Technical documentation for the computers. Hello, Janet.
Hello, Brent.
Have you got a minute?
Not even a minute, Brent. Do I look as though I've got any time?
Actually, yes, you do. You don't seem to be doing much apart from typing a few digits out.
It's important. Can't you stop working for a moment?
What do you need?
I need information.
Of course, Brent. You need information, and I need the necessary forms. More precisely, a signed 234-2. Now, have you got it?
I need a signature? Whose signature?
Oh my God, Brent. Don't pretend to be more stupid than you are.
So I won't get anywhere without it then.
Exactly, Brent. Rules are rules.
Good. See you later then.
Take your time, Brent.
Whose office is this? Let me guess, this is Brent's.
My writing desk. I am definitely the only one who can make head or tail of it. Smoking will be the death of me. The cleaner will empty the ashtray.
Do it yourself.
This is my collection of case files. I won't find anything I could make use of now in there. Al's Pizza Palace makes the best pizza in the whole of London.
Pizza? What the hell is pizza?
Unfortunately, there's no pizza in there anymore. The results of the investigation in my last case. Conclusion? The offender could not be determined. Chief Inspector Miller will get this file early enough. Outside, you can see the Thames. The districts of London. I can find my way without a map. I know my way around well enough. The Sirius riddle. Corn circles. That was really interesting. Good to know that there are intelligent life forms out there. In here, I only meet weirdos like Detective Lowry. Non-smoker within 21 days. John Sinclair, Ghost Hunter. My favorite book. This book claims that I can stop smoking. We'll see if that's true. My cooking book for single households. I hardly use it. The best recipe is still Al's Pizza Palace. Ah, all about darts. A top title. There was a really good DIY description to build dartboards in it. I didn't like that book very much. I wanted to give it to Stryker, but he doesn't read. That's a bottle of naturally cloudy apple juice. Half empty. Is there anything worse than thirst? I'll take it with me.
How long has it been in there for? And is that a sock?
Files. Nothing but files.
You're a pig, Halligan.
Detective Browning left this here once. An ugly thing.
So why is it still here?
I'll take it with me. Maybe I'll give it back to Miss Browning today. My greatest enemy. I'm determined to give up smoking. Leave those alone. That used to be my weekly ration. Leave them. I don't need those anymore. My darts. Nope, no darts now. Maybe I'll play later. Against my favorite opponent, Inspector Miller.
I thought that he was called Chief Miller. Unless there is another person here called Miller.
My good old leather gloves. The best-selling headache pills worldwide. Suppose that's mainly because of me. I've already taken one this morning. My brown sock? How did that get in here?
Take it.
My spare coat. That one is wet. Anyway, I'm already wearing a coat.
How is it wet, and why is it here? And how long has it been here? Just keep a damp coat in our office alongside empty pizza boxes.
Hello, Mr. Doyle. That's a fire hose. You actually only use it in case of fire. This is Lowry's world. Cars, cars, cars. Books. He's got books. They're probably just for show, meant to impress the ladies.
Hold on. Is he levitating off this chair? That's impressive.
Lowry's files. Neatly and tidily filed rubbish. It's amazing he keeps getting away with it.
How do we speak to him? Oh, here we go. Can you teach me how to do this, please?
Hello, Lowry.
Oh no, not you, Halligan. You're all I need at the moment.
That's a nice suit you're wearing.
Don't humour me, Halligan. You don't know a thing about suits. A blind man would know from 100 yards away that you bought your stuff at Woolworths. What do you want?
What's wrong with Woolworths?
I just wanted to say that I'm sorry to hear that things went so badly between you and the chief.
Don't be a hypocrite, Halligan. I know you're as pleased as punch about this, but I can tell you one thing right now. Don't expect any support from me.
Let's not argue, Lowry. I need some information from you about the last investigations.
You've got the file, Halligan. I suppose you can read. And now scram!
Actually, I believe that I do have the files. They were included with the game. I will upload them to an image host somewhere, and I'll put the link in the description.
Thanks for being so helpful, Detective.
You're welcome, Halligan. What is it this time, Halligan?
I'd really like to know how a braggart like you managed to get a date with Janet.
Well, you know what, Halligan? Women do like a winner, don't they? Little Janet is no exception. We went to the Palace yesterday.
What was showing?
The new Schwarzenegger film.
You know how to handle women, don't you?
Of course. Janet said she found it disgusting, but I know for a fact that she was very keen on it. Women are like that. Do you understand?
Something tells me that Halligan is a little bit jealous.
What amazes me is why a woman like her should find your boring stories about cars, sports and action films so entertaining.
Halligan, I'm sure you didn't come to tell me that. What do you really want?
Do you know how to operate the copying machine?
Yes, I do.
And will you tell me?
Just guess.
Yes?
Nearly right. No would have been the correct answer, but you nearly got it, old boy.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, Lowry.
Something tells me that he is not going to lend us any money.
Halligan?
Yes?
Might I ask you what you think you're doing?
I just wanted to borrow your scissors. Just for 5 minutes.
Forget it.
For heaven's sake, it's only a pair of scissors.
Only a pair of scissors? Well, if it's only a pair of scissors, I'm sure you won't have much difficulty in getting a pair from somewhere else. Am I right?
All right then, keep them.
Thanks for the help, Lowry. Alright, let's make a move. We are going to go to Epping Forest.